Have you ever had a really big dream, but the thought of the journey ahead just kind of paralyzed you? Well, today we're going to break down why that difficult path is so important, and we'll uncover the two big ideas you absolutely need to walk it successfully. So, the whole idea we're exploring is built on this fascinating premise. What if the two things we're most afraid of when chasing our dreams, judgment from other people and that feeling of being all alone, what if those could actually be our greatest strengths? Let's dive in and see how. All right, let's start with what we can call the dreamer's dilemma. It's this basic tension, right? On one hand, having a dream, it just fills your life with this incredible energy and purpose. But on the other hand, the path to actually get there is never, and I mean never, easy. It's just part of the deal. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? For most people, a dream is like the engine that drives a proactive life. Without it, you can feel like you're just drifting. But deciding to start that engine, well, that means you're committing to a journey that's definitely not going to be a smooth ride. Okay, so that brings us to the first big piece of wisdom for this journey, and it's all about how we deal with the outside world. Specifically, our very human, deep-seated need to hear everyone cheering for us. First things first, let's get one thing straight. Wanting people to praise you is totally normal. I mean, the famous psychologist Abraham Maslow even listed it as a fundamental human need. So feeling good when someone gives you a compliment doesn't make you weak. It just makes you human. But, and this is a really big but, there's a catch. And this is where you can see the problem so clearly. Relying on what other people think, it just makes you fragile. Look at that left column. Applause is temporary. It's conditional. It's only there when you're winning. But your own conviction, your own belief in what you're doing, that's constant. It's like an internal fire that's always burning. And it's resilient because it doesn't need anyone else's approval. That praise disappears the second you stumble. And that's exactly when you need that inner strength the most. You know this feeling, right? This fear of what other people will think, of failing in public. It's something that really kicks in as we get older. Think about it. As kids, we're not afraid to try something and look silly. But as adults, that fear of judgment can just completely shut down our potential. Author Michael Lynberg uses this incredible metaphor to show how constantly worrying about what other people think just slowly but surely wears us down. It's not one big catastrophic event that stops us. It's the constant drip, drip, drip of fear and self-doubt. And this question is a real gut check. Seriously, think about it. Has anyone who's ever done anything truly great, achieved some massive goal, done it without facing setbacks or ridicule or criticism? The answer is a hard no. Getting hurt and struggling, they aren't signs you're on the wrong path. They're proof that you're on a path that actually matters. So the takeaway here is all about building resilience. Yeah, be grateful when people support you, of course, but you can't ever let a lack of support or even people being negative knock you off your course. The only compass you really truly need is your own conviction. And that leads us right into the second wisdom, which builds perfectly on the first. If wisdom 1 was about our external battle with what people think, this one is all about the internal battle. That really deep feeling of being alone on this journey. So to really get a handle on this internal struggle, the source material gives us this one single, really powerful metaphor to describe the whole journey. It's an unpaved road. And you got to ask why. Well, it's pretty simple. Because most people don't travel it. They choose the easy, well-paved highways in life. Your path is different. It's rougher. It's less defined. And it's one that you have to forge for yourself. And because it's a path that so few people take, it is, by its very nature, a lonely one. You can have friends and family cheering for you from the sidelines, but that feeling of actually walking that unpaved road with all of its own unique bumps and twists, that's something only you can ever really experience. And Lynberg has this brilliant warning for us here, a warning against abandoning your unpaved road for what looks like certain success. Chasing those easy, practical goals instead of your meaningful dream, it's like chasing a mirage in the desert. It looks so real from a distance, but when you finally get there, there's nothing but sand. Okay, so if the path is this hard, this lonely, and this uncertain, you might be asking, where on earth do we find the strength to keep going? When does the breakthrough actually happen? And here it is. Here's the beautiful paradox of the whole thing. Your toughest, most difficult moments, they aren't obstacles, they're opportunities. It's right there, in the middle of the struggle, on that lonely, unpaved road, that your true talents are forged and your deepest hope is discovered. So what happens when you finally put these two wisdoms together, when you learn to ignore the applause and embrace the solitude? Well, you finally reach your destination. You can really boil this whole incredible journey down to these 4 powerful steps. It all starts with that dream in your heart. Then you have to fully commit to walking your own path. And this is so important. You learn to treat solitude as a companion, not as an enemy. And when you do all that, you finally get to the reward. And the source leaves us with this beautiful final image of what's waiting for you after that long, unpaved road. It's not just a finish line, it's like a welcoming presence, the personification of your success, literally waiting there to greet you. And this is the ultimate payoff. This is a reward that is reserved exclusively for you. For the person who is brave enough to take the journey, who put up with the criticism and the loneliness, and who saw it through all the way to the end. So after all this, the final thought is for you. Knowing the challenges, but also knowing the profound reward that's waiting, which path are you going to choose? What unpaved road is calling your name?